Well, it's always ambition of any British guy to own a pub. It's a match made in heaven.
For sure.
With the soccer and football. And people say, are you just going to be showing soccer? No. But the biggest thing for us is community. When you go to a pub, I've had some of my biggest discussions in there with family, friends, breakups. I've gone for a pint on my own, you go read a book. It's a place, it's your second home. A pub is your second home. We've got a wicked chef, and I cannot wait for people just to experience his cuisine and the way he delivers as well. Phil Griffin. Let's see what happens. Strap yourself in, boys. It's going to be a rocky ride, but a good ride. It's going to be a good ride.
Welcome back to the COS Business Podcast, #1 podcast in Colorado Springs.
Today, our highlighted sponsor is Reveal Med Spa. Brand new sponsor. We're happy to have him and check him out.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, today is a really fun episode because we have a returning guest to our show. He hasn't been on, I think, since late 2023, I believe. So it's been a little over a year since he was on the show, but we're so excited to catch up with him. Nova with the Brit Pub. Thank you so much for coming on the show, man.
Give me some skin.
What's up, brother?
Come on. Yeah. In your flowery shirt.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's floral.
Flowery. I get away with. I'm British. November 2023, it was. November 2023.
Yep.
We were in the old space.
Mm-hmm.
Above the famous. That's
Yes,
where we
sir.
were. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's been quite a journey since then. I mean, so
has,
much
no,
has
it has.
happened since then.
Yeah.
Before catching up with you and everything,
Mhm.
like so much has changed since then. So you're no longer with your former employer, Fox 21, which is awesome. You were so great on
Mhm.
there as well. But now you're just blooming into the scene and doing so much entrepreneurial things. It's kind of hard to keep up with you because you're doing so much stuff, and I'm so excited to get into it. But let's start with the Brit Pub. Tell us what's been going on, what you're doing,
Oh my
and
gosh.
just kind of start with the Brit Pub just to start everything off.
Well, it's always ambition of any British guy to own a pub.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's ingrained in you. And I thought I could never own a pub on my own. I just couldn't. Too much work. Far too much work. So through Fox 21, as we were speaking off camera, how many businesses I've been connected with and people like yourselves I've met. I ended up doing a few features at the Brits' old location, and they sent me out because I'm British, obviously. So, no, but you can go do this feature. And I bumped into, obviously, Steve, who's my business partner now, and him and I just connected, as well as the two other owners as well. And he kind of said, do you know any new locations we can move to? And this was back in probably beginning of 24. Yeah, beginning 24, February, March time. And he said, do you know anywhere? Location, we need to move. The building's falling to bits. The landlord's not very good to us. Like, we need to get out of here. And our lease is coming up. I said, what do you need? What do you want? Ideally near a football stadium, soccer stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I went, I know just the place. Switchbacks.
Yeah.
So I got in touch with the wonderful people at Widener, which we'll talk more about. And I got in touch with Robert Carr, who's one of the directors at Widener. I said, do you know any space a British pub can go in? And it just like, here we go. Yeah, we know just a space at the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no way. So I called Steve straight back, and within like 2 days, we were walking around where the location is going to be now. And it was like a match made in heaven.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what I've been doing since really leaving Fox and building this project up. And I'm nervous. I'm excited. Everything just into a pot and seeing what happens. But the overall team, even from the Widener group and even the owners and investors who are getting involved, etc. It's a team. It's not just, we're just opening a pub. Everything's coming together. It's a brand. So it's going to be cool.
It's
really
gonna
cool.
be really cool. And
Yeah.
I got to tour it because there's been a lot of whispers around
Yes,
the
you did,
community.
didn't you? Yes, you did.
And I happen to know a lot of
Yeah.
great people who are just interested in investing in this opportunity.
Yeah,
Then we got to tour it. And back then it was also, kind of bare bones, but the the dream was there, and they already kind of laid out how exactly you guys were wanting to build this thing out.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of downplaying it. This is like a fantastic spot. It's 2 stories.
Mm-hmm.
And the second story is like this open space loft kind of thing that
Mhm.
looks into the stadium.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
unbelievable.
It is. Yeah, I'm downplaying it a little bit. Yeah, it's 2 floors.
We'd like to take a quick break and thank our sponsors.
Proud
Proud
American
American
Electrical and Solar.
Give Proud American Electrical and Solar a call today for all your electrical and solar needs. They are locally owned and operated business right here in Colorado Springs. If you're looking for information on solar, this is the company you will want to call. Check out their website at proudamericansolar.com. Use promo code COSBusiness for a 5% discount today.
Awesome Home Services.
Awesome Home Services delivers top-notch HVAC solutions for your home. Whether you need heating, cooling, or system maintenance, they ensure your comfort year-round. Visit awesomeservice.com for your HVAC needs. That's awesomeservice.com.
Mike Schoening Legal Shield.
So you're out here living your best life and suddenly legal drama slides in your DMs. Major L, right?
Bruh, hard pass. That's why you need Legal Shield. They're like the GOAT of legal protection.
Business contracts covered. Traffic tickets, no sweat. 3M legal emergency, they're up like, say less.
Hit up the link and get Legal Shield now.
Protect your energy, secure the bag, and stay drama-free, period.
Visit mscheoening.legalshieldassociate.com.
Planet Duct.
Planet Duct is the #1 choice for professional air duct cleaning in Colorado Springs and Southern Colorado. With state-of-the-art equipment and top-tier service, they make sure the air in your home or business is clean and allergen-free. Breathe easier with Planet Duct. Learn more at planetduct.com.
Franchise Succeed. Looking to invest in a franchise or grow your current one? The experts at Franchise Succeed help you navigate the world of franchising with proven strategies and guidance. Whether you're a first-time owner or scaling a franchise empire, they're here to help. Visit franchisesucceed.com to get started. That's franchisesucceed.com. Pinnacle Advanced Primary Care.
Pinnacle Advanced Primary Care offers affordable, accessible healthcare with a focus on you. They provide exceptional primary care without the hassle of insurance barriers. Experience a patient-centered approach. Learn more at pinnacleapc.com.
Celebrity DJ. Make your next event unforgettable with Celebrity DJ. From weddings to corporate events, they deliver energy and entertainment that keeps the party going. Visit celebrity-dj.com to book your DJ today.
Storybook Destinations. Turn your dream vacation into a reality with Storybook Destinations. They specialize in creating custom travel experiences from Disney vacations to bucket list adventures. Start planning today at StorybookDestinations.com. That's StorybookDestinations.com.
And now let's get back to the show.
But again, it's bringing this traditional culture into Colorado Springs, where we're at the base of this residency, the wide run apartments, already at 50% capacity, 400 spaces. And we're downstairs, 2 floors, mezzanine. There's going to be an English phone box in there. There's going to be open kitchen. There's going to be a upright piano in there. I'm bringing the music influence into there. 2 bars, private room, and it does actually, like second, you can actually see, we can see the stadium in whatever floor, but on the second floor you see the entire stadium. You look over the fence and you can see it's cool. And it's not just about connecting the soccer games. They've got events. They've got music events happening. They've got fitness events happening. We want to bring events on the patio as well. And it's a huge collaboration for us. Not just with, and this is even before Widener's kind of take over a Switchbacks football club. It's even before that. This is about the football club Switchbacks, Widener, our landlords, and then everything they do in town, and also downtown Colorado Springs as well. And then we've got the residents above us now, and then the community. So we're all coming together and bringing this vibrancy, bringing this new. It is a new business. It's a brand new business, even though it's already been existed. New location, fresh start into a part of town, which is going to be growing.
Yeah,
it's going to be growing. This is phase 1 of the apartments, and they're building phase 2, and they're building phase 3, and it's going to be like a little village down there.
It's almost guaranteed success. Like, obviously nothing.
I'm not speaking too soon.
Yeah,
You're optimistic. I like it. It's a match made in heaven.
For sure.
With the soccer and football. And people say, you're just going to be showing soccer. No. It's going to be Formula One, cricket, rugby, you name it, basketball, hockey. It's any kind of sports fanatic. But the biggest thing for us is community. It's about, and if you guys have been to England before, when you go to a pub, I've had some of my biggest discussions in there with family, friends, breakups. I've gone for a pint on my own. You go read a book. It's a place. It's your second home. A pub is your second home. That's the British delivery of a pub. You go in there, you walk to the end of the street, and that's what it is. It's going to be your local. It is your local. And having that location where we are, we're so lucky to have that location. And I think it's going to bring something special. It's going to bring something special at Colorado Springs. And I'm so excited and so proud of that moment as well, because I've had that 3 years with Fox. I've worked with people like yourselves, businesses, restaurateurs, realtors, etc., etc., etc. And I know what a playground this is. You guys know what a playground this is. And then bringing something to add to that jigsaw piece in this city. I mean, let's see what happens. Strap yourself in, boys. It's going to be a rocky ride, but
I'm excited.
A good ride. It's going to be a good ride.
It's so cool. And you were just kind of brushing on it with the Wideners. They were taking over the soccer team, the Switchbacks, right?
Yeah.
And then they have the apartments that the Brit Pub is attached to, which is so cool because both floors, if I remember correctly, are attached directly through access points to the apartments themselves. So someone could potentially enter in from the second floor too, right? Of the building.
Well, that's the thing, Marcus. It's we want to give residents something really special there. Again, like a second living room. You can come down in your flip-flops after a shower, whatever, come down, hang out, have a bit of bite to eat. And the good thing about that as well, if it is, I mean, how many times we have snow days here and stuff like that, bad weather, the residents can still come down. They can still come down. Enjoy a bite to eat, some fish and chips, homemade pies, your Sunday roast on a Sunday. And it's about community, it's about family as well. Okay? And we're going to be offering some really special memberships with the residents, give something back to them, which is huge. And the open kitchen is something that we've really brought into display because we've got a wicked chef, and I cannot wait for people just to experience his cuisine and the way he delivers as well. Phil Griffin. He was trained under Marco Pierre White. I don't know if you know that. So Marco Pierre White was in the same kitchen as Gordon Ramsay.
Wow.
So he interned through that back in London and went through restaurants here and there. And his delivery, we said, he needs to be in an open kitchen. And I always see a chef as a performance. So the kitchen is a stage. You can see things visually, you can hear things visually, you can smell it, you can hear it. And that for me, being a consumer, going in a restaurant, when you see that, you smell it, you see the food behind the display and in the open kitchen, you can hear chefs shouting. For me, that's a selling point. It's really cool. It really is cool. So we're excited about that. And really bringing in what we're fans of back home to Colorado Springs. What we miss. The food, the drink, the camaraderie, the British sarcasm. You're going to get a lot of that, you are, definitely with that shirt. I'm only joking, I love it.
Yeah, no, it's great.
My wife has said I've got one of those in my wardrobe.
It looks like something no one would wear for sure.
It certainly does. No, we're excited. Yeah, we're excited. And Pete, listen, people get behind it, come and experience it. And I do want to say a massive shout out to Widener, the Widener Group. And I'm not just saying that because obviously they're our neighbours. I'm saying it from the bottom of our hearts on behalf of all the owners, especially Laura Newman, who you better be watching this podcast. Huge advocate of anything Colorado Springs. Huge. And the way she's kind of reached out and helped us as well with the pub and really supported us. And now what she's doing at Switchbacks as well. She's, am I allowed swearing in her? But she's a badass. She is. Oh, yeah. She really is. And yeah, so big love, massive love.
And what great timing, because they just won the national championships. Great, and talk about that too, because like beyond all this too with the pub, you've been so vested in the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. And for that to happen while you're trying to build this whole thing out, while the excitement's so high, like one of the coolest things was seeing the pictures from that national championship game and seeing all the people storm in and be there for their team as the championship game happened. It's just so cool to see. I love sports. To see that, there's no other feeling than when you're at a sporting event and you're rooting for your team. Talk a little bit more about that as well, and your vested interests in the football club.
Well, do you know what? I mean, I felt like Fox 21 when I was there. That was like a family. Switchbacks is just that is family. That is family. I had such a wonderful moment when I worked at Fox to do features, etc. with Switchbacks. But now it's something else now. It really is. I've befriended obviously all the coaches. They're all obviously from Dublin, Ireland, and even the backroom staff and players and everything like that. It's such a unit. It's a well-oiled machine. It really is. And it's something that it's outstanding for the city. It really is. Yeah, they won the championship last year. After the start they had last year, if I was a betting man, I would have put money on that. I really wouldn't. But the way the coaches came together, players came together, it really wasn't. I mean, that final was an emotional roller coaster. It really was. Were you at the game? The final?
No, I
were you
wasn't at
game?
the final. No.
That stadium was packed, like packed to the rafters. It was daytime game, gorgeous weather. Even the traveling team, they brought a huge array of coaches, a coach full of people. I think they all flew in as well. It was just packed. Atmosphere was just buzzing. And in my head, I was thinking, this is a future. This is like Colorado Springs. This is the USL future in the town. You can it'd be like this every single game, and it's going to get there. It's definitely going to get there. But the club are great. They really are great. I'm fortunate now to be freelancing for them now, on and off camera, and I just love it. I love it. I don't even see it as work. I see it as hanging out with my mates. And I just love it. I love the creativity, the social media team. They have the creative ideas. I love the fans. I mean, the fans are just everything. They really are. I was there. I was hosting. I was actually emceeing in the middle of the field on Saturday, and I did another meets before the game where I did a man on the street before the game, chatting with fans, and the buzz around that stadium. And it was for the season ticket members, so it was like 3,000. But they were just such in a vibrant mood, happy. Do you know what I mean? It was just gorgeous. It was amazing. So here's to the 2025 season coming up. Exciting times for that club. And it's not just obviously the Widener ownership now. Massive shout out to the Reagans.
Yeah.
Massive shout out. I mean, that whole foundation they built from day one, 2015, up at the old school baseball ground off Powers, yeah? Then coming to Widener and building that foundation, James, Nick, and Ed, and Rachel, even with the merchandise stuff. I mean, come on. What a legacy. What a legacy. It's incredible. So hand that over to Widener now, who have now got future plans, future visions, bringing a new president in, Brad Estes from Louisville, who built that club up.
Wow.
I mean, then you got the World Cup next year.
God.
I mean,
Is it?
then you've got a British pub, huh? Yeah.
Where's the World Cup at? It's in Kansas City, right? There's one coming.
Well, America are hosting it. Kansas City, yeah.
Multiple cities in America.
Also, he's going to say that. innit? No, yeah, Colorado missed out, didn't we? But I mean,
It's close.
Of course it's close.
Yeah.
Absolutely close. But not just that. People are going to get introduced to the game again.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah.
If you're not a fan, you will be a fan. Tournaments, worldwide tournaments, really bring people together. The kids these days, mummy, what's that? They're playing soccer. Oh, can I do that? Yeah, of course you can. Look at the women's game.
Oh yeah.
Look at the women's game. I mean, women's football in this country is probably the biggest in the world, isn't it?
Mhm.
It really is. It's bigger than England.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, England got female teams, but America, you just look at your USA team. So I think we just need Colorado Springs now, don't we? Women's team. That'd be amazing.
You have a massive. You love soccer, don't you?
I love it.
Yeah. You were even coaching someone like kids, right? Recently?
Yeah, no, not recently. Back
yeah.
during COVID. I don't know why I started coaching a team during COVID, but I think it kept me sane. No, we're great, and yeah, I love doing that, and I still play now every single week. We've got to pick up.
Wow. Okay.
What?
We've got to pick up like pickup team in Castle Rock, and it's been. I mean, I've been playing for what? How long have I been in Colorado now for? Oh my gosh, 6 years, 7 years. But the good thing about that, well, really, it's every single rain or shine, 10 o'clock. Anyone can go. We've got a Facebook group which started off with like 7 people. It's now got nearly 700 people. But it's everyone from around the world. I mean, British, Irish, Scottish, Mexican, Salvadorian, everything, Italian, Spanish. And we all come together when we speak the same language. Playing football.
Mm-hmm.
Playing football. I mean, they get some stick off me every week. But yeah, but it's great fun. It's good fun. Great bonding. And I mean, playing football is just, I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love soccer. I love it. And again, it's one of them things where you're born, I think I mentioned on the last episode, where you're born, you get a soccer ball underneath the arm, a pint of real ale, beer, a Beatles songbook, and a book full of swear words. See you later. Go in the world and get on with it. So yeah, it's cool.
We're going to take a quick break to thank our sponsors. Home Day. Buying a home shouldn't be overwhelming. Home Day empowers you to save on your mortgage by putting you in control of the process. Lower your cost and take the next step towards home ownership with ease. Visit gethomeday.com today.
Fast Signs. From banners to vehicle wraps, Fast Signs delivers custom visual solutions to help your business stand out. Their team ensures your message is clear, bold, and effective. Get your signage needed handled at fastsigns.com. That's fastsigns.com. Lowry Veterans Law.
That was perfect.
Lowry Veterans Law is a nationwide veterans disability firm based in Colorado. Their VA-accredited attorneys specialize in TDIU unemployability, PTSD, and secondary service connection claims.
They work on contingency, no upfront fees, so they only get paid when you do.
If the VA hasn't given you the rating you deserve, get a free case evaluation at LowryVeteransLaw.com or call 719-895-6979. Epic Eyewear. Stylish, affordable, and designed for adventure, Epic Eyewear has the sunglass and eyewear you need to see life more clearly. From the mountains to the beach, protect your eyes with high-quality frames and lenses. Check out their collection at epiceyewear.com. And by the way, Andrew, we do have a special discount, COSBP15, for 15% off, I believe.
Cars Helping Charities. Turn your unused cars into a meaningful contribution with Cars Helping Charities. They make it easy to donate your vehicle to support local causes. One of the local charities that we like to support on behalf of Cars Helping Charities, actually, and part of their sponsorship is Mattersville. And check them out too.
They're awesome. They are a tiny house community for veterans suffering with PTSD. They have a property out in Yoder, Colorado, and then they also have one in Sedalia, Colorado as well.
Donate today and make a difference. Visit carshelpingcharities.org. That's carshelpingcharities.org.
Dream Accounting Solutions.
Take the stress out of managing your books with Dream Accounting Solutions. They provide reliable expert accounting services tailored to small businesses. Simplify your finances at dreamaccountingsolutions.com. That's dreamaccountingsolutions.com.
Exponential Impact. Exponential Impact is driving innovation and entrepreneurial success in Colorado Springs. Supporting startups with mentorship, funding, and community resources, they help businesses grow and thrive. Learn more about their impact at exponentialimpact.com. That's exponentialimpact.com.
And now let's get back to the show.
I'm really curious to see how the next few years in the Springs takes off downtown, because it's always just gotten to that level where it's like, man, it's finally going to get some life to the downtown. Yeah. It's going to be full and vibrant. But I feel like this is the first time in this city's history where we've literally pushed all the chips in and built all these apartments, invested in the community of downtown and the vitalization of downtown, and everybody's finally on the same page. So this seems like this is the moment that it all starts coming together. And it's really exciting for someone who's been here for 20 years and just finally see something like that happen. And all of it's come from a lot of different transplants who just came here and just like saw this city for its beauty and its people and believed in it again. And so I love it. I love people like you and Andrew's from Kansas City and like all these people who are transplants who have come here and just been like, nah, we're going to push this the last, 10 yards to get this thing really humming in this downtown. And so talk a little bit about that, since you said 6 or 7 years since you've been here.
Colorado, yeah.
The changes in Colorado Springs specifically, and, the whole business scape.
Well, for me, I've been nearly 15 years in America. It's been a third of my life, and that's with music. But we're always back and forth like a boomerang. England, over, coming here 3-4 times a year. But Colorado in general is I mean, what a place! What a place to live. And I've obviously been fortunate to spend more of my time in Colorado Springs than I've ever done in my own where I live, and that's true. Still persuading the wife to move here, but it will happen. Yeah, no, but it's great. It is great, and yeah, obviously I live further north, and I come in, I commute here every single time, and this is part of my life. This city is part of my life. But I must say, Marcus, you mentioned I just came from an investor meet, and the guy said he's been here for 20 years as well. And straight away I said, what have you seen? The changes. What are the changes? Like, what are the changes? He goes, oh my gosh. I mean, this area alone just wasn't what it is now. So it shows it's moving in that direction. It shows it's moving forward. It's forward thinking. This city is forward thinking. And it's people like even like yourselves and businesses coming together and spreading the word and having that positivity. Because that's all it is. I mean, look at the backdrop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're standing at the pub today and we give people the full tour, which I love doing, by the way. And we stand right at the top of the apartments as well. And just looking left and you look over the stadium and the mountain range and the sun beating down on there. Then on the right, you've got downtown Colorado Springs. And it's beautiful. And then you got Olympic Museum right directly in front. Again, in the next 5 years, that is going to be even more vibrant.
Just the 5 years I've been here, it's been crazy.
Yeah. But going back to your original question, it's an absolute privilege. It's a privilege. It's an absolute privilege. And it really has a comparison for it. The city I'm from back home, Bradford. Colorado Springs and Bradford really have that comparison. You've got the mountain range. We've got the Yorkshire Dales. You got the culture. We've got the culture. You got the food. You got the drink. You got that the entrepreneurialism. I can't even say that word. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? People who really think on the feet, little ideas, little business ideas. The creatives. It's huge comparison. So it's a privilege. It's a home away from home.
So I feel too, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. And you can I'm going to give as much as I can in the things I'm loving at the minute. If that's obviously the pub, the business aspect, bringing that British culture into town.
Yeah.
The soccer love and my music love.
Mm-hmm.
And they're the three things personally, even though I've got probably another 10 things under my belt and my wife said I need to slow down. But I'm not 40 yet. I'm 39 and a half.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. You got some time, Dave. Let's go.
Yeah. No, I like keeping busy, boys. I like it. I have to.
Me too, yeah.
I have to keep busy.
Me
I have to be dealing with people. I have to be chatting with people. I need to be in a room with people. I could never just sit at home. I can't do it.
I love doing that.
Do you like doing that? I like it on the weekends. I love spending time with Mrs. Nova. We had a great weekend this weekend. One of the kids, she's gone off to Chicago now. And one of the kids at boyfriends and stuff. And it's nice. You get in the weekend, you got the dogs and stuff. And it's nice to reset and just enjoy each other's company. We love that. But she can see how excited I am for this, like especially this year and getting things started. And she always jokes all the time. She goes, oh, I thought you were busy with Fox 21, Fox 21 on living local, but now you're even more busier.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it just shows, you know, I want to connect and keep connecting and making friends and relationships. So.
Oh, it's working, brother. And
Yeah.
it's so cool. Like, speaking of like Castle Rock, where you're actually based, that past 15 years, I think for one stat, I remember 8 years ago, it was the fastest growing city in America because it was literally nothing 15 years ago and it doubled in size in that 10-year span. And I love that city.
Me too.
And I go there a lot to meet up with family halfway because some family's in Denver.
Yeah.
And we recently went to La Loma. And I don't know, have you been there yet?
I've been
that
there,
Mexican joint like overlooks everything. It's like
Open
the most,
kitchen.
it's such a cool spot. But you also do some gigs, don't you? Do some gigs up there. And you've been doing a lot of cool gigs where you're playing the piano.
Yeah.
And you're freelancing your music abilities as well, right?
Yeah, so recently I went back home, Scales on 45, the band. All original members got back on the same stage and we haven't been together for over 10 years. And that was really special. We played a gig in our hometown and we played a sold out show and that room was buzzing. It was an emotional roller coaster for me. But being with your best friends and doing a homecoming show was so special. It was so special. So that was one. And then going back to playing piano, playing piano, sitting at piano for me is therapy. And I've done it since the age of 4. So I'm going to nearly 40 years now. I'm playing piano, and that for me is that's my language. I can read music. Sitting down at a piano in a restaurant and creating ambience, and just sitting down even at home at the piano and just writing and just getting lost in it. That's therapy for me. I love it. And I've been playing at the Officers Club, which is up in Lowry in Denver. I've been playing there for like 8 years now. We've got a huge grand piano in there, and we just play background music, play covers, classic covers. What do you want to hear? And just play there and just sit down and have a few glasses of wine and just chill. It's really cool. And then I started playing at the Famous. The Famous Steakhouse. Nice. So Perry, if you're watching,
hey,
you need to get a proper piano in there, Perry. I've told you. But Perry's great. Perry Saunders is great. Perry and John Michael down there. So I've been playing down there, and then I've just signed back up at the Union, Denver Union Station.
Oh, nice.
So they just got a piano in there. I'm going to be playing there March 7th.
Oh,
so that's going to be cool. Yeah, I played there before the pandemic. Then obviously everything shut down. And then that stopped. And yeah, so bringing back that into it. Then I've set the studio back up at home as well. So I'm starting co-writing with people again. I don't know where that's going to go.
Yeah.
But that's fun as well, just getting creative again and testing myself a little bit more. And try to get a bit uncomfortable in the music area and writing with people and different genres. Don't just do the same genre. So write with hip hop artists, write with a jazz musician, see where it goes, because you don't know. You just don't know. So that's exciting. That's really exciting.
I was looking up the Scars on 45 and just like some of your stuff on Wikipedia. And I saw you guys had like and I don't know if this is when you're with the band or what in between or anything like that, but like they had an insert in like CSI New York, an episode. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was looking at all these things up. I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah.
The CSI thing is what kind of kicked off the recognition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because I've been in the band obviously from the start, and I remember coming back, and this is a true story, of coming back after a rehearsal, and we'd been kicked left, right, and centre with record labels like, no, you're not good, and oh no, even to the point of signing a deal, mainly in the UK.
With the devil?
Well, no, it's just such a hard. It's a hard slog as a musician. You start second guessing yourself. You start thinking, are we good enough? But you believe in yourself. You do. And perseverance paid for us. It really did. And I remember we came back after rehearsal once, and I were on the phone with Danny, lead singer. And he said, what should we do? Should we just give it up? Just leave it. Just give it up. And I tell you now, we got an email right there and then while we're on the phone, and our manager, Steve, said, I've got you a sync, which is obviously music placement on a TV show called CSI New York, on the end scene for a wedding scene for one of your songs called Beauty's Running Wild. And it was only the demo. We was like, all right, brilliant. Anyway, with that, a lady called Alex Patsavas, who was the head of Chop Shop Records, which was a subsidiary of Atlantic Records, heard it, reached out to Steve. Who are these guys? Can I hear more music? And she signed us. And she signed us. So if it wasn't for us kind of sticking at it and really just, I mean, we've always believed in ourselves. We've always believed in ourselves. But having that perseverance, I think, yeah.
Yeah, that's
and that's biggest piece of advice I'd ever give anyone, just stick at it.
Absolutely.
Believe in yourself. I mean, look at you two.
Yeah. 5
No,
years.
honestly, I'm so I need to swear then. I'm so proud of you both. I really am. I mean, look at the progression. You talk about my progression, look at your progression. And I watch you, I see your stuff every single day, every single week, and the way you do what you're doing, you should be really proud of yourselves. Yeah.
You give back to the community will give back to you. And it's just so cool to see all the different experiences. I mean, with Andrew, and I don't know if we ever told you this, but like Andrew started with doing 5 a week. Multiple a day.
I went all the way back to your YouTube stuff. I went to the oldest video.
Okay, yeah.
And you were doing like side by side.
Yeah. One camera angle on a phone.
That were intimate. Yeah.
Yeah,
But the way you come across, I bet you look back at that, even in your interviews. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
I certainly do that now when I'm interviewing people, going, "Oh God,
It's a
I
skill,
can't
yeah.
believe that's out in the world." Oh, I wish I would have delivered that question differently.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I would have different posture. But I always say you're only as good as we used to say it in the band. You're only as good as your last gig. You're only as good as your last interview.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you're there to progress. But no, hats off to you both.
It's been a ride. It's been pretty fun.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. It really is. And going back to obviously the connection with businesses, don't you think Colorado Springs, as well as a city, it's like the small big city, isn't it? Everyone knows. It's like everyone.
Is Bradford like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because Kansas City is like that, and I've always felt like
Is
they
it?
were
It's
very,
Kansas City like that.
It's a
Is
little
it?
bigger than this, but it's got the small town, big town vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colorado Springs and Bradford is definitely like that. And obviously with the pub now, connecting with investors and people who, if it's vendors, if it's people want to, you know what I mean? They bring it like so many people reaching out going, "Oh, would you like our beer? Would you like our wine?" Yes, yes. and how have you heard about us? Because people just, the word spreading, word spreading, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Are you guys doing brewing anything? Or are you guys outsourcing that?
So we're gonna have two bars in the pub. One downstairs, Max, you've seen it, haven't you? And upstairs, we're gonna have a very traditional bar where it's gonna be like a kind of a replica of how you get served in England. So you walk up, "Hello, can I have a pint of beer, please?" And
Do you have to say pint?
You got to say proper pint, proper pint.
Nice.
But you pay there and then instead of having like a server, you go up to the bar. You can lean on the bar, have a chat. You know what I mean with the
Yeah.
with the bar person. And then we're gonna have a real ale cask, hand pulled,
Okay. Yeah.
which is gonna be like it's creamy. It's like the cream of Yorkshire. It's lovely. No, it's beer, but hand pulled. I'm just gonna have that upstairs. So downstairs is gonna be a very gastro pub feel. Like I said, downstairs kitchen, open kitchen. Then upstairs, traditional upright piano, Chesterfield couch, fireplace, private room as well. It's going to be good. You need to come to all the space.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I got to check.
Yeah.
I didn't know you guys were doing tours. I didn't even know you went and did a tour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. In your floral shirt, though.
No, I can't.
Why?
Can't wear it ever again.
Oh, my gosh.
I wore it. It's my first time wearing it in like a year.
I love it. No, I love it.
He's got a lot of good shirts, by the way.
And
love
wearing
that.
this shirt, it's actually got magical powers because when I do wear it out in public, it's just everyone says something about it. It's one of those kind of things.
It's a conversation starter.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a eye puller, you know.
Yeah. I always get that with a mustache all the time.
I'm sure, yeah.
And then as soon as I open my mouth, they're going, Australian.
Okay.
No. New Zealand. No. Swedish. No. Yeah, it's British. Yeah.
You don't say nar?
No, exactly.
Your American accent, you did that last time because you said scars on
Scars.
There you go.
Scars on 45.
On 45. Yeah. But no, and going back to the Fox stuff and loving living local, so many people have kind of stopped me and stuff like that. I even reached out on social media saying, "Oh my gosh, and like, what are you up to? What are you doing?" And I can't believe you're not on the show now. It's like the show is still going.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, oh, everything stopped. And I feel like I got the show to as much as I could get. I really did. And Fox 21 has been brilliant. I mean, what a chapter that was. What a chapter. And then people who are still obviously stopping me, Switchbacks fans, etc. So some guy walking his dog today while his dog were taking a poo. He went, "Noah, how you doing? I don't see you on the TV anymore." I went, No. "What are you doing?" "Oh, it's a shame." Yeah, it is a shame, but I'm doing. I feel like I'm giving even more now.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm giving more.
Well, you're growing, right?
Yeah.
You're doing things outside of your comfort zone. You're doing business
Getting uncomfortable.
ventures.
I'm getting
Very much.
uncomfortable, and I like it. And maybe that's what the 40s are going to be about, getting a bit uncomfortable. And you're a bit more wiser, aren't you?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Scars on 40.
yeah. But yeah, getting uncomfortable and seeing what happens. And I'm excited. I really am excited.
Well, the name's getting around quite a bit because we were having a sponsor conversation at Third Space Coffee, and I'm talking to the sponsor, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you're great. You're like a really good general contractor. I want to introduce you to my friend Nova. He's building out this new spot called the Brit Pub. And have you heard of it?" They're like, "We're working with them already." It was Southern
Mesa.
Hey!
Who was it? Jim? Cody? Kyle? Hiya, Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, massive shout out to Southern Mesa. the amount of patience they have working with us. No, it's great. No, listen, I'm going back to the team. That team reflection, it's a team effort. This is not like, you're the GC, go build it. And we're going to turn up and go, oh my God, you made our pub. No, it doesn't work like that.
Right.
We have weekly meetings. We're checking in, they send videos. I'm working with their marketing person. We're doing little documentary feature things and all that jazz. This is a team effort. This is something. I mean, we're the first business going in that space.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Again, so it goes back to, oh my gosh, this is, but again, that side of town is it's coming. It's going to come to fruition. It really is.
Yeah, even with like the built-in, like traffic that will come through the games and all that stuff, you still have to be able to back it up. You still have to be a good business, because if you're not, you can still have all those cards lined up and everything perfect, but you can still fail. So you got to make sure that you're on your P's and Q's, make sure that you're providing a great service. And it sounds like that's exactly what you're doing.
Well, no, you're right, Andrew. And listen, not everyone likes everything, every single restaurant, every single cafe, every single pub. You've got your favorites, you've got your favorites. I've got my favorites. But as long as we come across, like you said, respectful, bring across that service, bring across an experience, but at the same time, bring that community, bring that. I love the word like family environment, because I think it's important when you got little Johnny and Sally who just been to soccer practice at Pride. Oh, can we go for fish and chips, Mama? Yeah, of course we can go fish and chips. Let's go to the Brit. You know what I mean? And we want to do that. We want to bring that kind of feel into that. And it's not just when Switchbacks are playing. What do we do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
Exactly, yeah.
That's a big, and for me doing the marketing and comms as well as being an owner, there's a lot of ideas. There's a lot of ideas. And that, again, is that connection we're going to have with Downtown Partnership. We recently got a grant from Downtown, which I just want to say, again, massive, huge thank you. Huge thank you. I had to experience that on my own at 8 o'clock in the morning last week. It was like being in Shark Tank. But it was very daunting, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And coming out of that room and feeling how much love and passion and support, not just for our business, but every single one of those people have for this city, I can't put that into words.
Mm-hmm.
The people who absolutely care about this city and they want the best for this city. And they support that. They really do.
Mm-hmm.
So even moving forward, this is not just like, oh, you got a grant, brilliant. No, they're going to work with us through marketing, social media, and really building this pub. And we're really excited about it. Like really excited about it.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was back in 2019 January. I was going through some really hard financial times putting my festival together still, just because I was still going through it, like financially and just the undertaking of putting together big festivals and things of that nature. And I remember I was like applying for jobs. I was like, I'm gonna have to figure it out just to get by, to, save up the money to put on this next year's event, which would be in August. So it was 7 months away or whatever. And I was almost ready to give up. And I got a ring from Visit Colorado Springs, the Visitors Bureau here in Colorado Springs. And we're like, hey, we heard about your festival. We've always wanted to be a part of it. We'd love to sponsor. This is what we're going to sponsor it for.
Amazing.
And they saved me. I was literally ready to call my team up and be like, hey,
amazing.
It's not going to work out. We might need you to get another job. We'll just need to figure it. That was literally on the docket for that day. And the Visitors Bureau came in and saved me, and revitalized oh, okay, I know what I'm doing. They believe in me. They believe in my mission. They believe in all this stuff. And I'll never forget that, about this city coming together and supporting me. It meant so much to me.
It's incredible. See, it really is incredible. And even if you have got an idea, share your idea with people like that. Share your idea, because I guarantee if they can't help you with that idea, they know somebody else. And that's going back to how big, small Colorado Springs is. Everyone can help each other out. Like how many times you and I were on text or do you know anyone this? Do you know anyone that?
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, right, cool. And that's what you do. That's what you do. And that's one thing, even when the pub opens, this is not about just opening a pub. This is about collaborations. It's collaborations. If it's the soccer club, residents, downtown, Widener, phase 2, phase 3, community, statewide, what do we do? How do we do it? How can we build this up? Is it a local hotel we work with? Is it this? It's this is how do we come together? We need to build this area. as one, really. As one. With the mountains looking at us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people think that we don't need to build it though.
Yeah.
But did you know what? That's totally fine.
Mhm.
And I don't think, you're right. You're right. And we can have another podcast conversation about that.
Yeah.
But I think if we carry on doing what we're doing
Mhm.
and providing that positivity and that showcase of where we live and what we're fans of, let people follow. And if they don't follow, that's fine.
Mhm.
That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Like I said earlier, not everyone's going to love the pub.
Exactly.
Not everyone's going to love what I do in Novel Meats. Not everyone's going to love my music show I'm going to be doing. No one's bothered. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. I used to do, but no, I don't. You got to have that thick skin.
For
And
sure.
just keep doing what you're doing with a smile on your face. That's
Yeah.
the thing. And keep your nose clean.
Well, business
Yeah.
owners, they want to see it grow because
Yep.
if a city's not growing, it's dead in the water, right?
Yep.
It's
Mhm.
it's like something like I want to have kids one day, and if my kids are raised here, I
Yeah.
want them to go into a lively job market where they
Yep.
can access great jobs for young professionals. And so, in order to have that and to activate that whole mechanism, you got to have a lively city that's
Mhm.
bringing in new jobs,
Mhm.
employers from wherever it might be into the city that's lively. It's got a culture, a music scene, an art scene, a tech scene, whatever it might be.
Mhm.
It needs to be centralized.
Mhm.
And I've always said this on our show is like our city traditionally is very pocketed. Northgate never had any reason to go downtown. The East Powers Corridor, the West Side Rock Rimmon area, Fountain, like they had their own areas. They didn't have to go downtown for all those years. But now downtown's doing some things. It's doing a lot of things.
Mm.
It's really, really cool. And so now that we can centralize all that stuff, it's beautiful. It's so
you're right.
beautiful.
No, you're right. But again, you mentioned downtown as growth as well, and you mentioned obviously Northgate and going further north and stuff. It is expanding as well and becoming a larger circle.
Oh yeah.
You've got that inner circle, haven't you? You got the downtown, but again, it's like look at all Colorado City. Even look at Manitou. I still think Manitou is cool.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
amazing. It's,
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a cool spot.
it's a gym.
If you can find a parking spot, yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
but walking around there and just wandering and meeting the locals around there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a town in itself.
Oh yeah.
You could do a documentary on that place.
Mhm.
You really could. Then up at, I love Palmer Lake. A bit further north, Palmer Lake Monument
Mm-hmm.
as well, and coming down south a little bit more. You mentioned Northgate, Briargate's obviously opening up. So it is growing. It is growing.
Mm-hmm.
But downtown, I know, and it's moving in the right direction.
I think so too.
No, it is. It is. Just give it time. Give it time and support it. Come into town. Come and support the events. Come and do that. Local businesses. Support local businesses. Support the local businesses. The mum and paps. Just give them that extra love. Give them that extra love. So, yeah, we shall see. We shall see. We shall
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
Well, what's interesting too, because I mean, not only like you just kind of mentioned the downtown scene, but you're also mentioning the north scene. Well,
Yeah.
I grew up in
Yeah.
Northgate, and that used to be just farms, right? Well, as we all know, there's a certain amount of great things that have come to that
Mhm.
area. We're talking In-N-Out, Whataburger,
Mm-hmm.
Shields,
Mhm.
and Ford Amphitheater.
Yeah.
This amazing, beautiful amphitheater that was formed by a guy named JW. And he previously owned Raw Foods and Bourbon Brothers and Notes Live and all these cool spots. And he has created this business called Venue, which kind of is like the umbrella, right, over all this stuff, the entertainment stuff. You have recently connected with them as
Mhm.
well. Talk a little bit about that as well.
For me, I've always wanted to have at some point my own music show. I don't know what it. I tried to do it through Fox. It couldn't. It just didn't work. Probably because there's too many higher ups, which is totally fine. And I worked with Chloe Hoff, who's another. She's everywhere. I think she got just the under 40s best female business person
Oh, wow.
recently. I mean, like she's everywhere. And she runs all the marketing. Her and I worked on Loving Living Local, and her and JW, we connect. I met JW at emceeing a Valentine's event at Bootbound Hall, which is now Phil Long Music Hall. And he pulled me up. I like you. You're funny, you. You're funny, are you? I speak funny, I know that. And we just befriended each other. We bumped in each other loads more times. And Chloe reached out. I think when she knew my contract was coming up at Fox, her and I had a conversation. She goes, "If you ever leave, let me know. Me and JW want to speak to you." And I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever." Anyway, I left Fox, and she reached out straight away. She goes, "Can we have a meeting?" Oh yeah, of course, can. How do you? We want to do. We want to start like a channel, and we want you to be the host of it. And I was like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, we want you to be the host of it. Like, interview bands, whoever comes to the amphitheater, Furlong Music Hall, interview fans before shows, interview crew members, and we're going to build a studio." And I was like, "All right, cool." And this was like last year. I left Fox in like November. And yeah, so it's just been announced. So I've got my own show called See You at the Show, hosted by me. And it's all done at Venue HQ. And it's going to be on location as well. We're going to be interviewing bands who are coming through. I did record my first episode last week with Jefferson Starship.
Okay. Nice.
Jefferson Airplane Starship.
Okay.
Which was awesome. We did that. And the good thing about this again, similar to Switchbacks, a very well-oiled machine. Again, family. I don't know much of the behind-the-scenes staff yet. I'm still getting to know everyone. But again, the team. And I feel like if you've got an idea, creative idea, they're like, "Yes, how do you do that? How can we do that?" It's not a no. Or it's not like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, "Yes, make a note, right? We like, yes."
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I thrive off constructive criticism. And I love ideas as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge. Chloe's, again, another badass. She's amazing. And JW, I mean, he's like my favorite uncle. No, he really is. And he doesn't come across as like, the big guy. He's just a great dude.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of love for music. They've just gone public on the stock market as well.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't just getting broadcast locally. This is nationally. This is TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. It'll be done Spotify, iTunes as a podcast as well as a vodcast. So I'm really excited about this. And big shout out to Kev from Guerrilla Media. So Kev's doing all the production for it as well.
Nice. He does a really good job. He's got some good stuff. Yeah.
So again, it's just like working with someone as talented as him and Chloe and all the team coming together it's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. So I'm really excited to see where this goes. And I'm kind of like ticking the box. I mean, I'm getting that itch of music. So I've got music, soccer, and a pub, as well as playing the piano.
It's interesting because I just thought of that. Kevin has he has a music background. He actually has songs I think that have won awards, some kind of. He was part of songs that won some Grammy or something. I can't remember exactly what he said.
He's got some secret in there. I'm still trying to get it out of him.
He doesn't do
I
it.
know he works with a few.
No,
I know he works with a few record labels, and but he's such a modest guy, such humble, and his wife's the same, Kim.
She does the makeup, right?
Oh, she doesn't do my makeup.
Okay.
Can you tell? No, Kim, we had her many a times on the show, on Loving Living Local. She was good friends with my old co-host Jen as well. But a gorgeous family, such a stunning family. Just. I mean, he's one of them people said, "Are you ever in a bad mood?" Them type of people.
Mm-hmm.
He's always just gracious and happy. And Kevin and I met. Coincidentally, I was emceeing another event for the Rotary Club.
Oh.
And he was doing all the production at the side. And Kim was sat there. And she'd just been on the show at Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "What are you doing here?" He goes, "That's my husband." I was like, "How are we doing?" And me and him just hit it off. And I said, "Listen, I'd love to work with you at some point." And here we are.
That's awesome.
It was like, this is a small world.
Yeah.
Small world. But going back to that original conversation that I had with Chloe, and I'm sure she won't mind me mentioning this, I had this really, really crazy idea, and this was when I was still at Fox. And I remember it like it was yesterday. And I said, "I need to see you. I've got an idea." And I'll never forget, because I was playing piano at the Manhattan Lounge up in Northgate up there. I don't play there anymore. And I met her at Fuzzy's Tacos on a Sunday afternoon because it was the closest thing nearby. And she was there reading a book on a Sunday, and she had a margarita. And I turned up, and I went, and I don't know why, I went, are you reading in Fuzzy's? She went, yeah, this is my relaxation novel. It's Sunday, all right? Because this is how busy she is. She's constantly, and this was before all this stuff happened with the show. And I said, I've got this crazy idea, and I want to just throw it at you now. Have you ever thought of doing like your own TV channel? And this was when it was called Sunset. Remember Sunset?
Oh yeah.
And I said, call it Sunset TV. Call it Sunset, and I'll be the host. Let's go do something. Let's just go. Anyway, it kind of got, she went, great idea. I need to speak to blah, 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 if it's JW, whatever. And this was before last year's opening. Anyway, didn't hear anything about it. And then that's how it kind of came around again.
Wow.
We've always had that idea, because I've always thought, and you'll probably agree with me, the big venues like the Denver Red Rocks and stuff like that, music scene in Denver, why isn't it documented more? I mean, why don't Red Rocks have its own channel? Amount of traffic that comes through there, even not just about the bands. You got the yoga workouts, you got the Music Hall of Fame down there, you've got Film on the Rocks that they do as well. But it should have its own streaming channel.
Yeah.
With a production company. Why doesn't it have it? So that's where my idea came from. A place in England does it as well, and that's where my idea came from. So I thought, the timing was impeccable. So yeah, that's where it kind of started.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it sounds like you're
shout.
building its own ecosystem. Is essentially
really
what's
is.
kind of going on with it.
Well, you know what? Venue is obviously, as you know, it's on everywhere. Fan owned, fan founded.
Yeah.
So it's even more special because now it's public, obviously on the stock market. You can have a piece of it. Have a piece of it. It's like $9-10 a share at the moment, and I know they're building more.
Yeah.
They're progressing, and it's not just in Colorado. It's statewide. It's national. I need to have a word about Kansas, though, don't we? He needs to build one there, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, maybe Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri. Yeah. I know. I always get a slap on my hand. It's Kansas City. It's Kansas City. Yeah. But yeah. So I've heard, things that it's growing. It's growing. And a great company.
How does that work? It's a publicly traded. Is Red Rocks publicly traded? Like
I couldn't even tell you.
yeah,
I couldn't
I
even
don't
tell
even
you.
think so, actually.
yeah.
But in all seriousness, the good thing about the amphitheater, mainly the amphitheaters, obviously that JW is creating, it's a premium space.
It
Do you know
really
what I mean?
is.
It's a cool spot to watch a gig. Even if you're on the grass bankings and stuff, you're still going to have a great spot. Then he's got obviously the chop house getting built right at the back. It's an evening. It's a nice special. Then you got your favorite band or comedian on stage, and then he's got one that's going to be breaking ground in McKinney, Texas, just outside Dallas.
Okay.
That's going to be even bigger. Oklahoma. I do believe that's bigger than Colorado Springs, but the hub here is in Colorado Springs. But the way it's expanding and I mean, the guys, it's just lovely.
Well, think about the
lovely
backdrop in
family.
Colorado Springs. I mean, we got the backdrop at least.
Look at the
Oh, yeah.
backdrop.
I did the fire pit for Foreigner, and I've never.
Look at you, VIP.
It wasn't me. It was my mom. She's a sniper with that. She's,
All right.
she's the one that's dealing all the sweet tickets, and
Yeah.
she's figuring it out for us. But
Yeah.
it was incredible. It was incredible just to hang out on a fire pit, sit down, no obstructed views, watch an amazing band, one of the
Yeah.
best rock bands of all time, right?
Foreigner.
Fire pit, and just it was unbelievable. I've never been to a concert where I felt like literally you could just hang out and relax, and literally everybody was kind of out of your way, and you could just enjoy the show. People were dancing in the fire pit still.
Yeah.
It still had that lively atmosphere.
Yeah.
It was a one of a kind experience that I've never in my life has ever experienced. I just love the format, the layout,
Yeah.
and for folks at home who have never seen it, I mean, I think he's planning to build hundreds of those fire pits in that one amphitheater. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, he's a very, 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 like I said, gracious guy, very intelligent guy, gorgeous family. He knows what he's doing, very respectful as well. And I'll be honest with you, I've never seen a show there.
It's awesome.
I've never seen a show at the amphitheater yet. Was the sound good? Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
feel like, even though you were perhaps further away, did you feel like still close to the?
Oh, yeah.
And it was.
Oh yeah, and I think it was like the last 2 months or month that it was already closing down for the season. So they already had dialed in the sound. I know they had some issues with the sound and
Yeah.
it being too loud or whatever it might be. It was
not
awesome.
It's not loud.
It was so much. It was so much fun, and
Yeah.
I cannot even imagine with like a steakhouse attached to the back
Yeah.
of it, the level of luxury and just fun and just
Yeah.
like it felt like you weren't like this was definitely a step up for our city.
Yeah.
It felt like
Yeah.
we're in a bigger tier 1 city of a state, and it was just so cool. I'm like, man, this is what we always needed in this city. I love it. I loved it.
You just nailed down on the head, and having AEG as a promoter as well, bringing them names in as well, and again going back to collaborations and working with venue and bringing them names in is massive. And that's one thing I'm excited about with this new channel and this new show is it's not just about interviewing the bands. That's brilliant, but interviewing fans before a show, because you're all there for the same thing, aren't you? No matter who you're voting for, it doesn't matter. You're still there to see Foreigner or Chicago, whatever, Jason Isabel. You're still there. Everyone's in good spirit. Come on, let's go. You know what I mean? You could be sitting next to a Brit, an Irish guy, American, doesn't matter. Everyone's there for the same thing, and I want to capture it on camera as much as possible. Man on the street style. Hey, how are you doing? And are you excited for the show? Yay! Yeah. And that's, again, positivity, bringing this vibe.
Where do
For
you get
people
that
to
with
see.
people? Where do you get that love for just like going out there, man on the street style, and just like going out there and putting yourself out there and just getting people energized and interviewing? Where does that come from with you?
Where did it come from originally? I never forget. I never, ever, ever forget when I was a young kid. I'm still a young kid now, Andrew.
You're the youngest.
Yeah.
Youngest kid alive. I think.
No, me and my brother, we went to family weddings and et cetera, and we always had a thing about just talking to anybody, talking to people. And my mum and dad always said, listen, if you go see people, don't leave the building. Make sure you respect and look them in the eye and say please and thank you. And we used to work the room at age 4 and 5, and that's never left me. And the confidence has kind of grown and grown and grown. And then my mum got me into theatre schools, etc., and then piano lessons. And I joined bands and stuff. But even now, I'm always intrigued about who you are, who that is, who Andrew is.
Yeah.
I want to know. I want to know about you.
Yeah.
I only know 10% about you.
Yeah.
Same with you. So how do I know? How do I do that instinct at live events? How do I do that? Everyone's got a story. And when I do the man on the street stuff, I never go out with a script. It's about who I meet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the beauty of it. I did one on Saturday at Switchbacks before the season ticket party I mentioned. And I had 2 questions. I didn't stick to them questions.
For sure. Yeah.
And I was speaking to kids, granddads, everyone, people who flew in from here and there. I was like, wow, I didn't know we were going to bump into you.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's all about the editing and everything like that on the man on the street stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I find people fascinating. I like talking. I'm a fan of people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of people.
So what do you?
Yeah.
What is your mindset like when you start like
Something like that?
like going out and talking to people? Because for me, I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
Does that come natural for you? Is that easy? Like, or do you not even think about it? Or is there any nervousness?
Well, if you take something like the Switchbacks, for example, or even like a show venue is going to be like that, again, everyone's in good spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's in that same positive vibe. So I'm kind of lucky for that.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it is, I need to psych myself up before I do it.
Okay.
Because and my wife will tell you, especially like on Saturday, I just drop after. Like it's like coming off stage.
For sure.
Because you're constantly talking, you're wide, you're on. And whoever I'm working with, if it's a camera person, a photographer, I always say to them, look out, see if there's any interesting characters around. Because everyone's interesting, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's hard. It's hard work. It's hard work. But my biggest thing is it's all down to the edit. It's all down to the edit. I've been doing it for 10 years now, and I need to do more of it. And I'm going to be doing more of it. But it's all down to the edit.
Mm-hmm.
If you knew how we filmed it,
yeah,
until you watch the finished product, you'd be like, all right, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
You're talking to an editor, so I know that really
yeah,
well.
yeah. So there's a certain thing when I edit things. If I have 2 or 3 questions or whatever, I try to go da 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 da, and don't keep the same character on for more than probably 5-7 seconds because the viewer gets bored.
For sure.
But now I'm even getting tested even more because it's reels.
Yeah.
I used to put like 6-7 minutes out as like a little mini doc, which kind of worked and stuff. But now I need to get even more creative.
Now you have to cut the hook out and put it right at the beginning.
Yeah, you got it. And you guys do it perfectly well. So now going into it now, which I'm really excited about, is like, how do we make it interesting and stuff? And that's where, going back to venue, that's where Kev's going to come into play. Kev and Tommy at Switchbacks as well, who's head of social media there. It's like, and again, it's building a team. And it's me stepping out of the box a little bit more as well. But the initial thing, when I've got the mic in front of people, I love it. I love it. And everyone's different. Not one person's the same, are they? Not one person's the same. And they've all got a story. So now I'm really excited about doing more of that.
You seem to thrive under pressure, whether it's going out man on the street style or starting new business ventures. Why do you love it so much? Why do you love the pressure so much?
I think life's too short, isn't it? Life's too short. I'm trying to pack everything in. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, you tell me. I think the biggest things I've done in my life is being in a band, sign act. I did live TV, we did radio, we did some of the biggest shows ever. Being on stage, being in public eye. Then I did live TV for 3 years. I mean, that's pressure. So maybe I'll just continue a bit more pressure. But I want to change that pressure to being uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable. I've never really owned my own business, even though the band was a business. Nova Meats is technically a business brand. But as a restaurateur and a pub, I mean, this is a business. So again, I think it's more uncomfortable, getting uncomfortable, which is where I kind of like. I do like it. I like it. And like I said, I like to keep busy. I like to keep busy. I like to keep busy. I think I'm watching the thing with Jeremy Clarkson. Have you seen Jeremy Clarkson? He's The Farm. You know Top Gear? Top Gear? You know Top Gear? You don't know Top Gear?
I've heard of Top Gear.
Top Gear. Jeremy Clarkson, he's one of the presenters, and he's got his own farm now. And he's
Does he really?
Yeah. It's on Amazon. You need to watch it. And he bought a pub.
Oh my gosh.
Bought a pub. And he just, but he's had some really like massive health issues and stuff. But he's all right. He's all right. But he can't drink and he can't eat red meat and stuff, blah, blah, blah. So it's everything that what a pub owner, what you're serving. And he just said like, he's got like 10 jobs on the go. And this guy's loaded, you know what I mean? He's a multimillionaire. And he said, I have to keep on going. I have to keep on. And I get it. I know so many people have kind of retired and they're bored and they're twiddling their thumbs and what do they do? I need that purpose. I need it. And especially people. I need people. People. I just love them. I love it. So, yeah. We'll have this chat in about 2 years, won't we? Oh, how's the pub doing? Oh.
Yeah, we'll see. Are you nervous about it at all?
Yeah, of course I am, yeah. If I weren't nervous, I'm nervous about everything I do. I mean, I'm human. I was nervous. Even when I stepped foot on the homecoming show with the band, I was nervous. I was nervous every single show I went live for at Fox. People went, "You're nervous?" Wait, yeah, you're not nervous. I went, "Yeah." I always get them like weird nerves and that butterfly. It's normal. It's not. I was nervous before coming in here with you guys. Excitement nerves,
for sure. Yeah,
but it's still the same. It's still in the nervous area. But yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm nervous about this next step, and I'm freelance now as well. And it's coming out of something that was very regular. Fox 21 was regular, in the hours. Early morning TV, which I got used to, by the way. I did all right with that. I never slept in once.
Really? Okay.
Thank you. Thanks, Andrew.
I probably wouldn't.
But yeah, that regular hours and stuff, and the regular shift pattern, and you knew exactly what you were doing. It was very robotic, which I liked. I love that. Do you know what I mean? I love that. I knew exactly where I had to go, and it was like that in the band. Yeah. Here's your schedule. And it was same with Fox and stuff. And now it's like, okay. Uncomfortable, freelancer, okay, work, right, building that relations and yeah, it's, yeah.
I think that's the hardest part about entrepreneurship is that you have to build everything.
Yeah.
There is no like someone telling you to do all these things. Like you have to come up with all those things and then do them.
Well, you're your own boss,
Mm-hmm.
but you're still working with teams.
Yeah.
Because I've got the pub team, the British Food Group, Switchbacks now, and Venue. But I'm still in the middle as like this kind of middle guy
Mm-hmm.
doing everything and keeping everything going and stuff. And my Nova Meats brand, I mean, yeah, I'll build that as much as I can. I enjoy that. And we'll see what happens. See what happens. I'm excited. I'm excited, nervous, all them emotions coming into one pot. I really am. I really am.
Well, you spent a good amount of your life interviewing business owners, and now you are a business owner. Talk a little bit about that perspective change now that you're kind of wearing the shoes and throwing yourself in the arena, so to speak.
Do you know, that's a great question. And I think I think you nailed it on the head earlier when you said about being polite and gracious. And I think, well, look, we should always be that as a business owner. If I'm the face of the business, if I'm the first person you see when you walk through the door as well, that connection, communication is key. Being transparent with people. And that's one thing going back to the widening the connection now, even from day one, when we took the building on as the Brit Pub. From day one, even now, their involvement has been transparency, honesty, and great communication, no matter good or bad. No matter good or bad. Don't hide away. Don't hide away. Take it. You know what I mean? If it hits the fan, it hits the fan. Hold your hands up. Hold your hands up. Because I think people respect you a bit more than that. They really would. The amount of people I've interviewed and businesses who've maybe it's not gone too well, and they've stuck there and they've said, listen, we need your help. Or we need public help. They come together. So I think communication is the biggest thing. It really is.
Yeah, you're really smart. You're really smart because the whole saying, I think it's a Milo Angelou saying of like, you want to go fast, go by yourself. But if you want to go far, go together. And you've built these teams, like you're already associated with all these teams and they're already in the right places. They already have the experience to fill their roles to the highest ability.
Absolutely.
To take off.
And no, absolutely. Yeah, I never thought of it like that. But I don't need, I mean, you tell me from an outside perspective, the pub falling location where it is, with Widener now as our landlord, and now they obviously eventually owning the football. Is that a coincidence? Is that something that we didn't know that was going to happen? Mm-hmm. And then with the venue stuff, the music, again, it's the creative music space as well and coming together. Two big businesses in town. Big brands. And I'm involved with that to help flourish something that is even bigger, really. Even bigger. So, I don't know. We'll see. It's a good point. Very good point.
Yeah, very big. One thing I can say is that like this is all positive energy coming from all those things.
Yeah.
And it's almost like it's inevitable. Like they say in Endgame or Avengers Endgame, like I'm inevitable. It's just inevitable. Mm-hmm. These people are creating something special. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, it's not if anymore, it's when.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of gravity there and it's attracting a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's pulling in and that gravity is only growing by adding all those other things. And it's just, I believe that things like that, like coincidence, not coincidence of, the British pub being in a soccer, football, place, that happens because the gravity, the things are aligning together. And like when great things, it could have not happened without you. It might not have even happened. It probably wouldn't have happened. Like it probably would have been something else. But like you were there for the opportunity, and then like it just lined up perfectly. It just locked in place.
Yeah. I believe in that stuff. And I'm not I'm always one like treat people how you want to be treated. Mm-hmm. And I think meeting people, I say like the kids now these days, like what advice do you give to the kids? And the kids these days want to go into media or stuff like that. I said meet people. Get off that.
Yeah.
Get off your iPads and physically meet people. Mm-hmm. Meet people because that's how you remember. Yeah.
It feels good too.
Feels good. And be gracious. Be polite. Be always polite. Someone always said to me like, don't be a douche. Don't be an idiot. Because people remember the bad before the good.
Oh yeah.
They'll always remember the negative, won't they? So like, be gracious, be gracious. Sometimes you might not want to do a meeting, or you don't want to do this, or a tour, or whatever, like, but you've got to do it, and everyone knows each other. And especially with social media these days. Takes 1 second I type his name in straight away on Instagram. I guarantee I know how many people he's connected with, or LinkedIn and stuff. Which in a way it's a good thing, and it's always a bad thing, isn't it? There's no So yeah, I think you're right. It's going to be good. It's going to be cool. And you're invited, obviously, to our opening.
Yeah, I'd love to come. Yeah, when is it, by the way? That's a good.
We're looking at June and July.
Okay.
Looking at June and July. If we can make it just before the 4th of July celebrations, that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? British pub, 4th of July. Probably second half of the Switchback season. But like I say, middle of construction now. We just want to get it right. It's got to be right. We're importing furniture from England. We're importing a phone box from England.
It's an invasion, a British invasion.
Well, yeah, it is. It's something that's going to be unique. It's going to be cool. We're going to really bring that great hospitality, that British hospitality in, and then build from that. That's the plan of action. So we'll see what happens. Watch your space. Yeah.
I'm excited to see what else pops up. What else comes? What's the next thing that we don't see coming? Because I didn't see the Ford Amphitheater coming until they announced it, of course.
Yeah.
But, and we getting a quick trip on Nevada. I mean, I love my quick trips.
Yeah. But that's why Colorado Springs again. It's exciting, isn't it? I mean, if you got an idea, if you got anything that you're thinking about on an evening or anything, just throw it out there. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. You can do anything. You can absolutely do anything. And if you got that backing, you got that idea, and you got friends, just do it. Get it done.
Yeah.
Especially on a playground like this.
Yeah. Marcus earlier, he asked a question on our Facebook about what do you think about this is what the question was. What do you think about it's not what you know, it's who you know. And what's interesting is I always think it's a mix, obviously, because you came out here not knowing anyone, but you had the skill of knowing how to get to know people. And I think that's where it ultimately lands. You have to be able to network, put yourself out there, meet people, like you said, your advice. And I think you've done that well because you've done that well, you now know the people you needed to know to get into the right places.
I'm still doing it now.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll never stop doing that. And even though when I started at Fox and coming at this territory, I mean, that was daunting. Live TV in the morning, the amount of stick I got from people, which really knocked me down. And I remember my boss, Joe Cole, big shout out fella. He was said, just ignore it. I said, how can you? I take things personally. I'm sensitive, like
You're an artist.
Yeah. I mean, knocking my work. I mean, and it's just petty stuff. And that hit me hard. And I just had to put the thick skin on and just get on with it and get out there. And I'm still doing that now. I'm still meeting people now. Amount of people I see at Switchbacks now, or if it's on the street, I mean, 5 people. I were at the Alexander Public House, had a pint and a burger. Oh my gosh, how are you doing? What are you up to now? People they're so gracious. They're so gracious. And that's the thing, again, be nice to people. Just be nice to people. Be nice to people. Be kind. You know what I mean? Be kind to people, and yeah, it does go a long way. People might not see that, but you've got to be gracious and just and be thankful. Be thankful is the biggest thing. Be thankful. But I'm always meeting people. There's only so many names in phone book, though, isn't there?
Facebook's unlimited.
I know. Is it unlimited now? I thought it stops at 2,000.
It stopped at 5,000, but they switched it when they kind of got in trouble, and like basically they were supposed to be represented as private, and then that had the Cambridge Analytica thing happen, and then they kind of switched it when they started kind of go the TikTok way, where it's like you're putting your stuff out there, it can be available to anyone. Essentially, they do hide it a little bit though, like. I can't just search. If we didn't have any mutual connections, if I searched your full name, it probably wouldn't show it. But it does kind of hide certain things. But
excuse me.
But yeah, it's when they switched it over to creative. If as soon as you were able to change your account from like a regular account to like a creator account, it allowed it unlimited followers and following, and just like how Instagram is. They kind of went away from that because it was hard for them to manage, I think.
That's really interesting. But like, I'm a late starter to LinkedIn, like
yeah.
really late starter, and that is a tool.
Mm-hmm.
That is a really good tool.
It really is, yeah.
I don't really do a lot on Facebook. I do on my novel meets, but I just mirror stuff. TikTok, I'm still trying to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
I love Instagram. I think Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
It's something about it. I don't know, and I get a good traction on that. I get really good traction on that. And then the YouTube Shorts, I'm gonna start really delving into that as well. Taking inspiration from you boys, to be honest.
YouTube Shorts, and the Reels, like.
And go live, they said, a lot more.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to go live, which
and-
I shouldn't really be afraid of live because I did it for 3 years.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's not like but yeah. No, that's interesting. Yeah, really interesting.
Yeah, lives are definitely a good aspect. We should probably even do like a Q&A once a quarter or something like that.
Yeah, I was
Mate, you
thinking
should.
about that,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No, you're great, boys. Absolutely great.
So what's next? If this year was to work out like you wanted it to, what does 2025 look like for Nova?
We need to get the pub open. Get the pub open. Fish and chip shop open as well. That's in old Colorado City.
Oh, okay.
That's taking its toll, but it's all right. It'll get there. We'll get there. That's next to Leech Pit Records
Nice.
up in old Colorado City. But it's the old school approach, like the old takeaway fish and chips. Not sitting inside. You wrap it in paper. There you go.
Oh, nice. Like a street kind of.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So that's going to be opening. The pub is obviously opening as well. And I've got a good feeling about this music show. I think it's going to be really cool. Like really cool. And then Switchbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's only way it's going one way.
Where can we find the music show? Is that
See you at the show live. It's on Instagram.
okay?
We're pushing everything actually. This week.
Nice.
But yeah, it's going to be on everywhere. It's going to be everywhere. Podcasts everywhere. And Venue will be pushing that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got the Facebook enthusiast page. Have you seen that? It's like 40,000 fans on that. So it's the Ford Amphitheatre enthusiast page for fans. 40,000 people on there.
Wow. Okay.
That's how you get the sweets tickets for those sweets
That's
owners.
what they do. They're like wheeling and dealing all tickets and stuff. But all the stuff, all the features and etc., everything goes in like kind of one pot. Chloe runs that as well and works out with all the Ford enthusiasts and stuff. And I was like, hell, see you at the show. I'll take 40 of them fans. I'm happy. You know what I mean? It's just what a great community again. Again, through something, music. Through music. Yeah, I'm just going to listen. I'm just going to enjoy myself. It's 2025. It's going to be hard work. I'm going to have a busy summer. Heading back to England in November again to host in my hometown the Leisure, Tourist and Hospitality Awards.
Oh, cool.
Business awards. So I'm doing that. I've been doing that for like 5 years now, which is great. It's like, I love giving back to the hometown. Mum and dad are coming over again. That'd be good. Friends are coming over. So no, it's going to be cool. It's going to be a busy summer. Well, what better place to spend the summer?
The best.
It's a great place.
Just need to play. I'll wear my sunscreen. I promise. All right. I always forget. I got a gift for you.
Okay.
Do you now?
Yeah, this is proper tea. This is
What?
Yorkshire tea
I love tea.
from Yorkshire. All right. And I don't know if you've had, I can never find these. Have you ever had these giant strawberries?
From Haribo, huh?
No,
don't know,
but
actually.
giant strawberries. Once you have one, you'll have two. Once you have two, you'll have the packet. All right. All right. But don't just share and tear. See what you think.
That's
But the
awesome.
Yorkshire tea, I want to see you offering that to people on this show.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's proper tea. You'll have that in the Brit Pub as well.
We have hot water every time a guest comes on.
Oh, yeah, there's hot water over
There's
there.
hot water. We're ready to rock and roll,
There you
man.
go. They never offered me a cup of tea, though, did they?
That is true. We were actually just having a discussion last week how Edgar was really harping about the water bottles. He's like, you gotta have water bottles.
Edgar knows.
Have a word. Come on, Edgar. Have a word. You can share that tea, all right, Edgar? All right. Nice to see you again, by the way. Likewise. But yeah, thank you so much for having me on again. It's been wonderful.
Absolutely.
This has been awesome, man. Thanks so
been
much.
great.
We'll have to have you on yearly. You'll have to be a
It's just a
yearly
catch
guest.
up. It's a catch up. And you know what? Listen, good or bad, whatever. I'd love to come on and just have a chat. I think it's important to be as transparent as possible and honest and really sharing that positivity and love as well. It's huge. But thank you.
You're so infectious.
And congratulations, you two.
Thank you.
You're so infectious, Nova. It's so great hanging out with you. For real.
Yeah.
It really is
Bless
really
you.
good hanging out. We've exchanged multiple communications through the past year and change that we've known each other.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. I mean, we've had numerous guests that you've referred onto our show, Sean Manuel, Stephanie Jacobs, like so many cool people who have come on our show as reference from you.
Yeah.
And I mean, this has just been nonetheless, such a great friendship. So we appreciate you. We're always following you and supporting your success with everything that you do. And just let us know, like whatever you need as far as announcements or shout outs, we're happy to
You're amazing.
throw it on there.
You're amazing. Big love to you too.
Awesome.
Big love. And I'll make sure I bring my flower shirt next time. I promise. I promise. Yeah, I will. I've actually got one.
Okay.
I never got the memo though. That's a problem.
Yeah.
All right, next time.
Yeah.
I'll have to get one.
All right.
I have
thank
one
you,
blue
boss.
one, but yeah, I'll wear it for sure.
I'll just wear a curly mustache then.
There we go. See you. I love it. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate
Yes,
it.
absolutely, brother. Well, this has been the COS Business Podcast, and we'll see you guys on the next one.